Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to another round of Way of the Hunter. I actually thought we would be starting a bit later today because I went on a hiking trip, but good news is I got back early, so we can actually start relatively on time. The bad news is I am tired as all hell, so please apologize if I'm being a bit loopy today. It's also why you see me drinking hot chocolate, and no, I'm not Canadian, by the way. Alright, anyway, let's jump back into the game. And we are going to do a bighorn census. That is what we were going to do. Because we finished our bears, and we know where we can find a 4-star wolf, which is the only one we still need. So now we gotta scout some bighorns. We did spook this one, the black bighorn sheep, which sucks. But that just means we're gonna have to do some other bighorns. Alright. Now the good news about bighorns is that there's only like 16 on the map, and half of them are in She-Devil, which we do not have access to yet. So that keeps the number of bighorns that we actually have to look at fairly manageable, I would say. Let's start. We have... Let me actually add them. Oh, I do have them added to the filter. Okay. Let's start with this one. They are drinking over here or over here. Then we have these guys. That's the ones with the black bighorn sheep who are drinking over there. Where are you guys drinking? You are drinking on the edge of the lake. So around here. Sorry. Or you are drinking roughly around here. Alright, we can do that. Let's start with those guys. We're gonna travel to Patricia's cabin. Not Patricia, Felicia, that's her name. See, like I said, my brain is melted. My feet are falling off. I am so tired. But it was a good hike, I don't regret it. So, we're gonna soldier on, and we're gonna find our bighorn sheep. We are looking for a 4-star or a 5-star. If we cannot find a 5-star, I'm looking for at least a 2-star adult. Or maybe a 3-star mature that we can keep an eye on. That's the entire point of this exercise. Do we have any big ones over here? Doesn't look like it. Even though it is drinking time, and that is one of their drinking zones, so the fact that we don't see them makes me think they're not at this zone, but rather at the other zone. We should also remember to pick up this. This is mountain elk. Now the herds that drink at this lake tend to be pretty high fitness, so don't really need to worry too much about those. At least not where the elk are concerned. Gonna get a bit closer before I start running off to the other zone. But I do think they are not here. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't see anything resembling a bighorn. There's some elk over there. Which we do not need right now, because they're pretty high... pretty high fitness in this area, so... Also, we're not currently looking for elk, we are in the market for bighorn sheep. So I don't care if these guys spook. You are pretty grey for a 3-star mature. So probably a 3-star mature at the end of its life. But no bighorn sheep. Okay, we're just gonna ignore this area and hopefully I'm right and we do not have We do not have any bighorns over here hiding in the bushes somewhere. If we do, then that would have been tragic. Let's see. I'm not gonna mark the zone, by the way. I'm not gonna spend some time on that. That's still just the elk that are spooking. Because we have about 4, well, they are drinking for 4 hours, so they will be leaving after about 3 hours to get to their resting zones. So we have about 3 hours to canvass all the herds. Which sounds like a lot, but it's not. So on a bit of a tighter schedule here. All right, so if they're not over here, then they've got to be down there. So we gotta approach carefully now because they should definitely be there. And then these guys will hopefully be over here because this is a pain in the ass to get to. I see something moving over there. Are we lucky or are we not? I was not hallucinating that, right? That was a, we all saw that. That was a 4-star mature bighorn sheep. I think that was a 4-star mature bighorn sheep. If it was, then we are super lucky. Because then we are done with this mission. Oh my god. It is a 4-star mature bighorn. Get out of here. I mean, actually, don't get out of here. Stay where you are. Stay exactly where you are and don't move, please. I have a very special present for you. It's coming from a Steyr SSG-1. From a sweet military-looking rifle. Oh, we do have the wind in a bit of an unfortunate spot though, so let's see if we can get around that. That's the mature. That's a young one, that's the adult one. Stop moving. So this is the one that we actually need. The one that currently has his ass to us. Which is incredibly unfortunate. Because we cannot shoot him like this. And now he's moved. That's a mature female. This is him. Okay, so he's pretty noticeable because his horns are so big. Oh, it's this dude in the back. It's pretty hard to miss this dude, honestly. He's just... his horns are just that big. Look at him, man. What a specimen. Can you please stop moving for a moment? I need to shoot you. Please? Okay, wait. Okay. You stop moving, that's good. Now let me get a shot on you. I do hope that worked. Better put the second one. I don't care if I lose hunt rating. I already spooked those guys when I saw them at the eating zone. I don't want to have to go through this again. Not when we're so lucky that we're finding a 4-star bighorn right on our first herd. That is so lucky. Anybody want to take odds on whether he had a 5-star fitness? Because we're about to find out. Okay, so the first shot did actually do enough damage. I was worried that it was too far back, that it wouldn't have done enough damage to the lung, but it actually did. The second shot was good, yeah. The second shot I knew was landed well. 4-star rate, 87.58. I'm not actually sure if that would do it for a bighorn sheep. I remember when I did mule deer, who also have 12 years of lifespan. I remember when I did mule deer, it needed something like 90% in order to be a 5-star. So I don't think this one would have made 5 stars, actually. I think it would have died as a 4-star with a very high score. This is actually a pretty high score. 465.9. Let's have a look at the encyclopedia. 465.9. Oh! Okay, so here we have a bug. This is why I have been doing aging science on antlered species, and I haven't gotten around to the bighorn sheep yet because I've been focusing on species that currently have rare fur variations. So, red deer, barren ground caribou, roe deer. God, what else did I do? I did lion, and I did so many. There's like 16 different animals in game that have rare furs right now, and I've done most of them, where I basically just found myself an animal that had. I found myself a lone animal in an area with high fitness, and then I backed up my save. I shot it. I forwarded to the next year so it would spawn as a young one, and then I saved my game, backed up that save file, shot it to see if it was 5-star fitness, and then reset if necessary, until I had an animal with 5-star fitness. And then I watched that fitness animal grow from first year to the last year. That is how I have been doing my aging science. If anybody's interested, I can drop a link to that. The thing is, I also note down the scores when I do the science. I note down the weight and I note down the scores every single year. And according to this table, a bighorn sheep should have a score of 417 to 459 when it is a 4-star. So 459 should be the top score for a 4-star, and yet mine is 465.9, and he's not a 5-star, he's a 4-star. Presumably in his last year of life, because he's 87.58%. So, something is not correct there. The encyclopedia is not listing the right scores. Which, personally, I don't find too troublesome, because I don't usually care about the score until I've shot it, so it doesn't matter. But the ages are what's important to me in the encyclopedia, because that is what you can use to check out, how long can I grow this animal before it is going to die, before it has reached max potential. So if these ages are wrong, then we have a big problem. This is obviously still a problem, the fact that these ranges are wrong, but it's not as big a problem as the age ranges. In case anybody's interested in more of the score science, Liquid Fire from the Discord has an entire spreadsheet that also works with my data from the aging science, among other things, where he does very detailed and very precise calculation of scores and figuring out how many % it actually takes for an animal to become a 5-star per species. Anyway, we are going to claim this 4-star for our 4-star mission. I still can't believe that we actually managed to get this done on the first herd. That is so ridiculous. Sell. Done. Okay, that means we don't have to do any more tracking. This herd gets to live. We don't care about them. We do care about the mountain goats, though. There are mountain goats drinking there. And we do need mountain goats. So we're still gonna go over there. We're gonna wait for a couple seconds for everything to spawn in. And then we're going to see if we can actually get a mountain goat with a single shot to the heart. I kind of doubt it because you need some really, really precise shot placement, and mountain goats are not with mountain goats that's not as easy as it is with deer or elk. But we're going to try our best. We're gonna try to pick young. We're gonna try to pick young female animals because that way we don't have. Because that way we don't have to worry about accidentally shooting something with 5-star fitness, because females are always 0% fitness in this game. And I do know that Felicia Yi wants us to shoot a young goat in one of her missions. So if we miss the heart, at least we will still be able to use that goat for her mission. So that's why we're going to go with that. And later on, of course, once we have done Felicia Yi's mission, we are also going to focus on female goats, unless we see a 1-star mature. So either 1-star matures or matures females, because I do not accidentally want to shoot a 1-star adult that has like 5-star fitness or something. Okay. Now, which of these two zones are your lovely creatures on? The left one or the right one? The left one, okay. Just out of curiosity, I am going to look at the bighorn sheep to see what they have in their herd. To see if we would have gotten lucky again once we have checked this herd. It's not like we need them now, but I'm just curious now. Okay, it's a 1-star young, mature, 1-star adult, young female, 2-star mature. Yeah, these guys are not exactly great. Oh, where are you? You're 1-star young, yeah. Whatever. Goats. How you doing? 1-star adult, adult female, mature female, young female, mature, 1-star young, adult a 5 excuse me? What is going on with my game today? We are taking this one. I'm sorry. I have to try. Oh, I don't think that was a hard shot. He's running too far for that to have been a hard shot. He's running slow enough for that to have been lethal. But he's definitely not running. He's running too far for it to have been a hard shot, I think. This one goes on the wall. This one we're taking home to the lodge with us. I know I said we were going to take one for Felicia Yi, but this one is going in the lodge. Just gonna have to wait until he's actually dead, because I don't want to spook him and make him go even further. Okay, he's dead now. Let's go. We've already spooked everything, so there's no point in going slowly anymore. We can just sprint. How lucky are we today? A 4-star bighorn sheep and a 5-star mountain goat? Within like the first half hour of our stream? That is ridiculous. That is such good luck on this save file, holy shit. Now I just need to get my bighorn sheep and my black bighorn sheep and I'll be happy. Yeah, we just spooked them again, that's fine. Also, a word about hunting pressure for those of you who might be wondering. Yes, shooting at animals in a zone does cause hunting pressure. Specifically, if I remember correctly, the actions that cause pressure are you shot an animal, another animal heard or observed another animal being shot, you shot at the animals but you missed, or you shot at the animals and missed but another animal heard it. Whenever this pressure occurs within a specific eating zone or drinking zone or resting zone, the pressure for that zone will be increased. Actually hitting and killing an animal will increase the pressure the most. So if I understand correctly, it's like 2 animals from the same herd getting hit within the same zone, then that zone will flip to being rare. And the other zone that is previously rare will flip to being often. Or if you were hunting them at their rare zone, it will flip to being often, and the often zone will flip to being rare. So you can basically flip the zones like this. You can use that to your advantage if their often zone is in a bad spot and you want them to be in the other zone more often. But there was a dynamic early in the game where causing too much pressure in both zones could despawn the entire herd. But that apparently left some people with some very empty maps, so that was changed. No heart, right lung, left lung. How did we miss the heart? We were too high and too far to the front. If we had been lower, we would have gotten at least cavity damage. 99.45. Get the hell out of here. That is such a high quality goat. 499.1. Yeah, you are definitely going in the large. Be very, very careful when you want to taxidermy animals. Selling decisions in this game are final. Do resist the temptation of the devil. Do not click on the 666 credits, because you will get the credits and you will never have a chance to get that goat back. Make sure you press taxidermy. And once you do that, the animal will be listed in your taxidermy assistant. So we already have 2, it's number 2 over here, the American black bear. That was the aggressive black bear. Our absolutely atrocious mountain elk with his 18.84%. And our completely stacked mountain goat with 99.45% and 499 score. Now, when you have an enemy taxidermied, you can press F to bring up the bullet cam again and bring up all the information that you can also see at the end of the hunt. Whereas if you only go to your hunting log, which lists everything, including the animals you have not taxidermied, you cannot bring up the rest of the information for the ones that you have not taxidermied. So anything you sell, you can only see this bit of information. You cannot see the score, you cannot see the shot camera. That's only if you taxidermy. And at the start, you only have 115 taxidermy slots, but you can increase that to 150. Not 15, but 50. Okay, let's go down to... Yeah, we need to go back down to this guy.